Fergus from Ritchey here. Today I want to go over how to install an XDR driver on your Zeta wheel. Now the cool thing about our hub system, in fact all of our hub systems now except for the comp line have what we refer to as a two-piece hub, which means it's very easy to service. You just simply pull it apart. If you have to swap the freehub body like we're going to do today, or just like get inside and clean it up, really easy to do. So we'll go over what comes with your XDR driver and how to put it on. So the reason for today's video is I had a customer write in and they were having trouble installing their XDR driver. It's understandable. You get a bunch of pieces, you don't really know where they go. What he was presenting of was mainly the teeth were hitting the side of his frame. So when he was getting down into his bottom cog here, the chain was just rubbing up against the frame, wasn't working. When he hit us up, immediately what came to mind was it's a spacing issue. So he probably had the spacers in the wrong position. So let's go over that today. We're going to start by taking off his XDR driver, pulling everything apart, and I'll start laying out how everything gets installed. Okay, let's get started. Here's our wheel. We're going to get our lock ring tool. Luckily it's the same spline as an XDR driver. Chain whip, not technically a chain whip, but it's what we have. So the thread's pretty easy here. Off yet. Okay, great. All right, so let's pull it apart. All right. So what I like to do is I'll go ahead and clean up the inside. I'll clean up the XDR driver. Looks like he's tried it a few times here. Again, the XDR driver for Rode is the same for Zeta, WCS Zeta disc, or Apex wheels, same XDR driver. All right, get a little bit of our friend Phil in here. Pretty light, you don't have to pack it or anything, you just kind of want to coat all the pawls. All right, so let's set this aside and we'll go over what's inside your XDR package and how it goes on the axle. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned up his XDR driver. When you get your XDR driver, it'll come with this black metal spacer. Now, depending on what year of Zeta you have, it may have a rubber dust skirt or this metal dust shield. I actually prefer this metal dust shield. And then on the backside of your existing freehub body, you'll have a polymer bushing like we have here. Kind of hard to see. There it is, polymer bushing. Okay, let's go ahead and install everything on our axle here. We're going to start with our black spacer. Do our metal dust shield. Let's install our XDR driver. And your polymer bushing. His is kind of roached, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that for him. Once when you have your assembly on, again, it's the end cap, this black spacer, dust shield, driver, polymer bushing. You can go ahead and install this on your wheel, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, so let's grab our wheel. Again, we put a little bit of grease in here, either a really light coating of something like Fill, or if there's like some rock and roll, you can use that too. Really simple, this guy just pops in there, nice and easy. Put our non-drive cap on, right? Let's go ahead and put our XDR driver back on here. That pops on like that. Get our tool. should thread on pretty easy. Don't force it. All right, that looks pretty good. Now the other thing that we want to look for, see how it sticks out a little bit on the end there? That means we have pretty good clearance. This should install on the wheel just fine, and this guy will be good to go. So there you go. That's how you install an XDR driver on any two-piece wheel.